What's up, guys? Today's the first time the GTI Paint will see any love in over 10 years. Super excited to see how this turns out. Guys, so really excited about today. As I mentioned, it's been over 10 years since this paint has been touched. If you guys have been following the build, bought this in Colorado. We've been sitting in a guy's yard, been off the road for 10 years. They basically resprayed the outside, gutted the interior, and then never drove it again. So I have the interior actually getting close to done. There's a bunch of things that are still missing, but I have everything coming here in the next like 2 weeks. So that's really exciting. Trying to get the car ready for Mark 1 madness. So that's gonna be really fun to take the car to that. So really excited about that. But yeah, so hopefully you guys will see a video on the inside getting put back together next video. So for today, we're gonna buff the entire outside. I cannot wait to see how this turns out. If you guys know anything about, this was in Canyon City, Colorado. So very dry, very sunny, and so this paint definitely needs some help. Gonna start out here. Some of these seals are absolutely awful. They got so much overspray on them. Like, that's utterly pathetic. So gonna try and get some of that off and then just clay the crap out of it. I mean, like, even the windows are like, wow, it's so bad. Like, there's like, I don't know, sap and crap on there. So gotta get all that off, and then we're gonna buff it with 1500. You guys can see like how bad this hood is. Like, got all these faded spots. I actually am pretty sure that it's single stage paint, just because of the faded spots. And also right here, I hit that the other day just because I wanted to see how it's going to look. Hit that with 1500 just real quick, and it instantly pops. So that's kind of a good indicator that I don't think there's any clear on that because of how easy that came out. But on the other hand, on the other side, the side is pretty shiny. Like, for single stage, it hasn't been touched in 10 years. That's pretty shiny yet. So I'm kind of curious there. I don't know. We're going to figure this out as we go here. I've done lots of detailing in my life, but mostly newer cars. And so I'm not really used to this. If this is single stage, I don't really know much about it. So just gonna take it probably pretty easy, but buff it with 1500 and then like a medium compound to make sure we don't got swirls, and then get a nice sealer on there. So yeah, super excited to see how this is gonna turn out. Really pumped about it. I'm gonna show you guys something I mentioned in a previous video, was the way these doors shut here. It was actually hitting right here. That, like, you literally could not shut it without actually lifting up on the door. And now it shuts really min. I just took a jack and jacked up on the back of the door till I had it aligned properly, and that turned out really nice. This side here was hitting really bad. Yeah, right here you can see. So yeah, you can see actually there how bad it was hitting there, and also the bottom, because the door was sagging that bad. So really sweet to have doors actually shut properly. Right here, there's some bad bodywork in this fender here, so you can see it does not fit quite right there. But actually just the whole thing was catching all along here, so actually bent the fender out a little bit, and now it actually tucks in there behind it nice, and got that body line decently straight there. So just need to touch that up. I think I'm gonna try using PW7 on this thing. Yeah, if you guys know these things, it's supposed to be cashmere white. It's kind of a cream. This is definitely not a cream color, so I don't know what color they resprayed it in, but I like the fresh look of it. So gonna touch this up, and then I have new GTI stripes, so I think that'll kind of cover that up, that it won't be super noticeable there. So yeah, let's get rolling with it. Super excited to see how this all turns out. Alrighty guys, so got Darrell here helping me. Got the pro here. He's taping this off. The windows here had sap on. Darrell went over them with a razor blade. They came out really nice. I got some fresh lacquer thinner and went over these like forever. They're not perfect. They're gonna need some more help yet, but softened it with a lacquer and then took a screwdriver. Actually cleaned up nice, but gonna need to do that on all the rest of them sometime, but that'll be for later. Got the buffer out now and got started here with the fun part. I don't know how well you guys can see this. So this is the side I didn't do. You can see in the light there how cloudy and not shiny that is. And this side of the hood I did all that. and it turned out really nice. There's a lot of sanding marks and stuff in there, but I don't care. It's white, it's shiny, that's what matters. So we're gonna do the rest of this thing. Excited to see how it turns out. I see here, it looks like I have a black eye. Don't worry guys, I just wrenched on cars all day and just came straight out to the garage here when I got home. So it is now Monday evening. Darrell helped me out. Huge thank you to him on Saturday for a bunch of hours. Did not get quite as far as I was hoping to, but it took a while. It took probably just an hour just claying, at least an hour claying the car, like just scrubbing this paint that's been neglected for so long. And yeah, he helped me get it all prepped and taped and all the buffing and stuff. It just took a lot of time. So tonight I finished up all the buffing and everything, and just want to share this to you guys. So the hood is definitely the worst paint on the car. Got the worst sanding marks, got some hail damage and things. The side is much better. Really happy with that. Once it started claying, it was actually bringing like white out. So I was like, okay, yeah, it's actually taking like actual paint off. There's no clear coat on this car, which is fine. I don't have much experience with that, so it did not go crazy. I would have wet sanded some spots I'm not real happy with, but hey, it's fine. It's very shiny. If it was any color besides white, it wouldn't be cool, but it looks really good. It's gonna look really good once we're totally done here, and especially once we get everything on here. Just want to show you guys what I'm using here. So what we're doing is using this Makita buffer here with this Ardex 1500. Basically, I'm using that, so I'm not just cutting, but I'm actually getting heat in there to actually smooth out the paint. So works really good, but that does leave some swirls. It's white, so you barely see swirls, but put some swirls on. So we're using this random orbital here with Rupus medium. I forget what the actual grit of that is, but yeah, that works awesome for taking swirls out. So didn't hit it super hard with the buffer just because I'm a little bit wary with being old paint that's single stage, but hit it real hard with the orbital and really cleaned up really nice. So what we're gonna do now is I had this all taped off, and just a bunch of these areas here, you can see how like it's all brown and we just couldn't get in there real well, and like these corners and stuff. So I'm gonna take compound in there by hand, like in there, you can see all the scratches in there. I'm gonna go over all the areas around here by hand. It's like kind of like around here, you guys can see there's some like crap in there. So gonna go over all that with compound just to get that all cleaned up and sweet, and then gonna put a polish on it. Got my favorite stuff. I feel like I've probably showed you guys this on the channel. I use it on everything. I've tried some sealants and things, which I do have on my other cars, especially like dailies and things. It's awesome to have sealants, but if you don't mind waxing your car, this is the way to go. Super good shine, beads up awesome. I love the way it goes on really easy and comes off really easy, and that's a big plus for me. Just, you know, I don't mind waxing my car every 6 months or 5 months, or if I'm going to shows like the Corrado, it gets waxed about every few times it's out. And hey, that's totally fine. I enjoy it. So big shout out Meguiar's NXT Tech Wax. Really awesome stuff. So I'm going to go over and polish all that, and really excited to see how this turns out. I think there are definitely imperfections. Like here you can see the paint's a little bit thin. Yeah, there you can kind of see it. It's a little bit thin there, so it's not real smooth. So there's just a number of spots like that, but it's fine. And I really think these lights always show more imperfections than outside. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out. So we'll keep rolling with it. Guys, that turned out so good. Wish all you guys could feel that. There's nothing like freshly waxed paint. Turned out really nice, really clean. As you guys may have noticed, I did wax all my windows, which is something I always do. A lot of people use Rain-X and things, but not a lot of people actually wax their windows, which I would totally recommend. It works like Rain-X. Yeah, works really good. Clean it off real nice. It was just dusty and things, and I took a rag over before I started and waxed it, and it turned out awesome. So a few other things I always do to finish out my details. So you can see there's a few spots here. This is all taped off, so I wouldn't get compound on my seals, but always end up getting a little bit no matter what. And I don't tape things perfectly because I feel like it's not worth my time and I get too impatient. So I always take window cleaner over. And it cleans up rubber very nice. You gotta be careful because of the ammonia in window cleaner. It will take your wax off, so just real carefully go over that, and it cleans up all your rubber seals really nice. I still have some overspray I need to get off. And you guys can see there's overspray and things on the inside of the window too. That all needs to come off. So those are all things I want to do. We got, I don't know, what, like a week and a half here or whatever, a little bit over that till Mark 1 Madness that we're trying to get to. So those are things that like I want to do, but not sure if they're going to happen before. I'll do them afterwards. So, you know, things like overspray and things, like it's just a minor thing where like we have no lights and bumpers and like things like that. So that's things that have to happen. So yeah, gonna also, I got touch up for here. Yeah, really excited. My next video here will most likely be just putting everything back together here. I have some SEM trim paint that I'm gonna spray all the bumper trim, the flares. We got a new grill to go on. I have a new Rabbit GTI grill back here. I have a GTI grill, sorry, a GTI badge for the front. I'm gonna spray the outside of the lights that go on there. Also gonna paint my mirrors. I have a little antenna stub that it's missing the antenna. I did not want an antenna on there. I'll show you guys. We're gonna do a little bit custom there. Gonna spray my wipers before I put them on. I want to spray my bumper brackets, all that stuff. So yeah, a lot of things to come. Actually, I think my wife's gonna pick up either today or tomorrow. The driver's seat's getting reupholstered, so gonna get that in, and then I can put the rest of the interior together. So that is very exciting because that driver's seat was holding the interior back so much. But with that suite, dude, it's gonna be real, guys. I'm really excited. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Something I wanted to point out to you guys, if you're interested in this detailing stuff, I use this Griot's Garage pad, which don't mind how black that is. I kind of hit the seals some, and it's about time to replace. I used it a while, but anyhow, Griot's Garage polishing pad. It was red. You guys can see there, it actually has a little bit of like a flare to it coming out, and that is super nice for vehicles like this that have all kinds of weird edges and things to get into. So just a little thing there. I used to not use those. I forget what brand I even used, but having that little edge on there is such a big help when you're trying to detail and go over things. So one other little tech tip, when I'm doing buffing, my like deswirling compound, those there, as soon as I finish the panel, I wipe it off. When I'm waxing, I actually let it sit on and dry, which one note with that, especially if you're doing it by hand, people tend to put a ton of wax on because you want to see it doing its thing on the paint. But basically when I'm waxing, I start out where it's pretty hazy, but I work it over several times with the panel. And basically when I get done, there's pretty much zero wax on there to hardly wipe off. Like basically it gets a little bit warm and it just works it right into the paint. So I wait and actually let that dry, and that works amazing. Once it gets totally dry and there's just barely a film there, it comes right off. So little tech tip for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hit that thumbs up button if you guys are appreciating the way we're bringing this thing back to life. I'm just super stoked to have this thing done. I've been getting behind on my videos. It's more important that I get this thing to madness. So I've been working on the GTI almost every night, and then working on videos on lunch break at work. So I'm kind of getting behind, but that's fine. We're gonna get this thing done either way. I'm gonna make videos of what I'm doing. So thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this today, and catch us next time for some more.